Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to do steam cabbage and carrots. So this is 2 carrots, both ends already removed, and then I scrape the carrots. This is 1 pound of cabbage. So the cabbage I am going to cut like this. So in this container, some water. To the water, I am gonna add just a bit of salt. Just add some salt to the water. The measurement is not really important. Mix together to or stir out the so I'm gonna add the cabbage to the water. Soak the cabbage into the salt water for like 5 minutes. The reason for doing that is in case there are any worms, eggs, or worm eggs, it can get rid of it. I'm not saying that the worm eggs are on the cabbage, but in case there are any, because we cannot see worm eggs with our naked eyes. And remember, the cabbage, comes from the ground. So we often do this, or I often do this. So I'm gonna let this soak for like 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, rinse the cabbage with some tap water, and then I am gonna use this to shred it. So this is the cabbage. Now I am going to use this. I am going to use this section right here of the grater to shred the carrots. And if the carrots shredded too fine for you, this is okay for me. This is how I do it. But in case you want the carrots to be a bit bigger, you can always do this. So you get them looking like this. It doesn't matter. It's all about personal preference. I season the cabbage. If my husband was here, he's not here at the moment. If he was here, I would have used the knife, or I would have asked him to use the knife to show you how you can use the knife to cut up a cabbage neatly, because he's very good at that. So whenever he returns, I will do that video, because I do not like when my cabbage cut big and chamba, as we say in Jamaica. I'm not gonna eat steamed cabbage. The cabbage must be fine, as we say in Jamaica. If it cut big and chamba, me no want it. And because I am not good at cutting the cabbage with the knife perfectly, so I use this. Okay, so let's season the cabbage. Now the cabbage has, and the carrot as well, they have a very neutral taste, and so I prefer to season them with spices, with just 1 or 2 spices, and spices that are not very strong in flavor, so that the spices won't mask the taste of the carrot or the cabbage, because I want to taste the natural taste of the cabbage and the carrot as well, even though I will have to add spices to them to give them flavors. But just me, at least it's my personal opinion. So this is some salt I'm adding, which is about 1/8 teaspoon. So I am using this all purpose. So I don't have any Maggi at the moment. My Maggi finished, and I love Maggi. So that will have to stay until mountain, because I have this brand in all purpose as well. And black pepper. And that's all the spices I am gonna use. Now with clean hands, so what I'm gonna do now is to let the cabbage sit right in this container on the countertop for about 5 to 10 minutes to allow the gas to escape from this the cabbage. You know, cabbage full of sulfur, right? So I will have to let that sulfur and that gas escape, so that when I eat the cabbage, it don't make me gassy. Because if me just cut out the cabbage, season it, and just cook it, trust me, flatten and spew entire day. So me have to let it, cut it, season it, and just leave it open like this on the kitchen countertop for at least, say, 10 minutes to let the gas escape. So that I am gonna do. In the meantime, I am gonna cut up some herbs, some fresh herbs. Yes, people, so I am gonna cut up these fresh herbs. So these peppers are from the nightshade families. So I'm using piece of this pepper. This pepper is for heat, and this one is not very hot. It's more like for flavor. So I'm using piece of this and piece of this. 1 tomato, piece of what you call this again? Sweet pepper, piece of onion or half of onion, 1 clove garlic, piece of fresh thyme, and 1 stalk scallion. So I'm gonna cut up everything now. Everything cut up. I'm ready now, and it has been 15 minutes since I cut up the cabbage and the carrots and season it and allow the cabbage to sit uncovered in the container so that the gases can release. So 15 minutes gone, so it's time to steam the little cabbage now. I put a skillet on medium low heat, and that is about 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil. Make sure that the heat is on medium low, or more to the low settings, because I am steaming the vegetable. You know, if you steam vegetables on high heat. So I am allowing the oil to become hot. Another thing is, if you want the nutrients from cabbage, you have to eat the cabbage raw. As long as you cook the cabbage, you're not getting anything from the cabbage other than you're eating some steamed cabbage, but you're not getting anything from it. So if you want all the proper nutrients and everything from the cabbage, you have to eat it raw. So when you eat the cabbage, make sure so you cut up the cabbage and you leave it uncovered on your kitchen counter for at least 15 minutes so that it can release the gases. I am going to remove the thyme. It was a mistake. I don't fry thyme. So I'm going to saute that on low heat. Put it on low, the lowest settings. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to cover this and allow it to steam. I don't put water on cabbage. First of all, cabbage, spring water as we say in Jamaica. So there is no need to add water to it. So I'm going to cover it. If you put butter into your steamed cabbage, you can put the butter now. I don't put butter in my steamed cabbage. I'm gonna cover this. So cover this and I'm gonna allow the cabbage to steam. The heat is on low, that is very important. So I am gonna let it steam for like 10 minutes because it's cabbage, you know, it easily steam. You can also eat cabbage raw, so you don't have to spend a lot of time steaming it. Let's have a look at it. Perfect. This is how I like my steamed cabbage and carrot. Let me taste it. I am gonna give it about 5 minutes more. It's later and this is done, so turn off the heat. And this is it. This is my steamed cabbage with carrots. Remember, this is not stir-fry cabbage, it is steamed cabbage. Yes, so thanks for watching. So this is cooked pumpkin. And boiled ripe plantain. And the steamed cabbage. And carrots. No dumpling. So Lent is about to start, so you know that no red meat, alright? So lots of vegetable and fish and sometimes chicken, but mostly vegetable and fish at this time of the year. And because of that, vegetables will get very expensive at this time of the year, as well as fish.